Hey everybody, David the AI Guide, episode 18, and we're going to finish up AI at work today, and we're going to focus on manufacturing because AI has many uses in manufacturing, but right this second I wish it worked with turning the alarm off on my phone that just went off in the middle of recording this video and made me have to restart. So let's get better AI on the phones. But in manufacturing, again, AI has many potential uses and actual uses. So I'm sure many of you have seen videos online of an Amazon warehouse that's almost fully automated with robots. And that's pretty amazing, very cool. AI is obviously directing these robots on where to go, what to pick, how many to pick, where to bring it. And with all these robots running around, AI and the sensors that are on these robots now help the robots not run into each other or a person who happens to be on the warehouse floor. And these sensors have gotten much better. This is spilling over, obviously, into autonomous driving and a lot of other things. But in manufacturing, sensor development and them becoming cheaper is critical to widespread adoption of AI. So you can fully automate a warehouse using AI and robotics. Another area where AI can play a big role in manufacturing is in quality control, because again, these vision sensors that exist now can see things at the atomic level, which is obviously way better than a human being. And so many manufacturing processes now at the end of them have AI-driven sensor inspection programs that inspect product to make sure it's of the quality needed. This is particularly applicable in high-risk manufacturing, right? What do I mean by risk? I mean, think about parts made for jet airplanes or rockets and many other things that if there were to be a failure, a lot of people would get hurt. You don't want that. The failure rate basically has to be zero or near zero. So AI can be very powerful in enhancing your quality inspection process. And then another area is planning and scheduling. And AI can plan and schedule all of your production jobs through all of your pieces of equipment, because the AI will know what the expected setup and production time of all the jobs in your system are, and it can optimize that. Optimization is huge with neural nets. And as these technologies get cheaper and cheaper, we'll see this moving from the very largest companies where they're in use now, first to medium-sized companies that are in the hundreds of millions or low billions range of revenue, and then ultimately down to small companies. It's got to get pretty cost effective for a small company to use it, right? But it will happen. And then yet another area is in the purchasing process, because the AI can see all the jobs in the system that are coming up for production and what materials are needed, and it can automatically place orders for all these materials and make sure that it arrives just in time, not way ahead of time, so you end up using a bunch of warehouse space, but just in time for the job to run. All of this in the manufacturing area is optimization, and AI can be extremely powerful in this respect. So AI in manufacturing has many actual and potential uses. I have said to company owners within the last year that if we're all doing our jobs right, that in 20 years, there'll only be a night watchman in the factory making sure that a robot doesn't stop working, and we'll have to let the night watch person have a dog with them to keep them company because there'll be no one else in the factory. It's pretty amazing to think that things can get to that point, but this is within the foreseeable future. Whether you think this is good or bad is a personal thing, right? Because when we start thinking about this, even though the percentage of people in the United States, for example, has gotten way smaller in terms of the number of people working in manufacturing, these kind of additional reductions are millions of jobs, and this is going to be a painful adjustment, right? So then that's where countermeasures become paramount. What are some of the countermeasures that are under discussion now? Retraining, there's already outplacement, but that's not nearly as sophisticated as what I'm talking about. Basically, based on the person's skills, AI might recommend another career path for them. You would provide the training, let them go, and they would go into this other career path. Other things being discussed are guaranteed minimum income or universal basic income. When job transitions get up into the tens of millions of jobs due to AI, this is going to become a hot topic. So this is all down the road. We're talking 10 to 20 years from now, but within our lifetimes. And for you younger folks in high school and college who all this is targeted to, what I'm doing, I'm doing this to educate you and prepare you for the future. Then you don't want to pick a career path that's easily automated, right? Because it's coming, nothing's going to stop it, and you need to prepare for it. Preparation is power in this sense. So that's pretty much it for AI at work. Big changes coming in the next 20 years. All job classes, white collar, blue collar, professional, all of them are going to be affected by this. So this will be society level transformation. But there is time to prepare if we start to prepare soon. Thanks, and we'll start a whole new industry segment next time.